attention to these people that's trying to diminish or belittle what the players have already done for stepping up for that one game that they said they were standing out. Who knows how many games they're going to hold out. But be careful for the people that's talking about what's the plan, what's next. We said y'all should have a plan. Y'all ain't got no plan. What's next? What's next? Like Chris Webber said, man, it's steps. That's a big step. But be careful and pay attention to these folks. And talking about what's the plan? Why you ain't got no plan? I always said, what's the plan? We wouldn't tell you the plan anyway. Because all you're going to do is tell it to the ops. And if you did know the plan, or if it was a plan and you did know, you ain't got the guts to carry it out anyway. You just want information. You're not going to carry the plan out. So what you want to know for anyway? I'm going to give y'all another example of why we fighting and why we still marching and why we still protesting and why they boycotting in the NBA right now. Perfect example. They assume we say the wrong shit. Or they even, if they just think we said the wrong shit. Even our own people on TV. They need to apologize. They need to do this. They need to do that. People was killing Kyrie Irving, saying all this on TV. Now they proud of the players. Why TV ain't full of people asking for people to apologize to Kyrie Irving? I wouldn't even ask for an apology because I don't want it because I knew I was right from the jump. But y'all was killing Kyrie. Why y'all not on TV demanding apologies for him like y'all do everybody else when y'all assume we say something wrong? Black people don't deserve an apology. But this is just the simple stuff that people don't see that they won't talk about and wonder why we still pissed off. Our own people killing us, but we don't deserve an apology.
See? And that's where we are right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. Your boy Carcino here saying, let's get into it. All right? Listen. What people got to realize is Steven Jackson was telling you was real. But here's the main problem. Everybody dumped everything on the NBA players' laps and say, "Oh, what the NBA player gonna do? What the NFL player gonna do?" When the real attention should be, what is the owners gonna do? The owners of the team. Why they never get mentioned? I never see nobody ask what Jerry Reinsdorf is gonna do about Chicago. What Jerry Reinsdorf gonna do? We need to get Jerry Reinsdorf, but y'all go run to Michael Jordan. What Jordan gonna do? What Jordan gonna do? LeBron got an owner, but yet they want to portray like this is the way to go. These are the steps that's necessary to take to get to the top. And the athletes want to lead the way because they on TV. They hurt like everybody else because they family members are broke. They got money, but they family broke. They got to take care of 30 people in their family because they ain't got no jobs, money, or no jobs that's going to put them in a position where, you know what I'm saying, you comfortable. Most of them used to probably drive you to AAU. Now you got millions of dollars. You ain't going to take care of them. You know they going to remember that. The time they bought you a pack of gum and everything. But when you start talking about social issues, and when one person say, let's make a stand, or he think out the box, they crucify him. Now, whether they agreed or disagreed with Kyrie, it was the way they went about doing it. And it was their own sports media. So you need to address them and call them out in the right fashion. Because here's the thing, Steven. I agree with everything you just said. But the same thing is, and the thing is the people that you talking about, they not speaking for themselves. They speaking for their company. And that's the same company that cut you a check. You know, and I'm not saying your integrity been bought at all. I'm just saying they cut you a check like they cut them a check. So they could sit there and talk about don't nobody speak for me. No, brother, I speak for me. And Kyrie Irving is wrong. Now they praising all the players for taking a stand and sitting out the game. The same thing Kyrie Irving was talking about doing, right? So you was right about that, but they're not, dude. They're not gonna say anything that the company is not gonna be okay with. They pushing that agenda to be against Kyrie because that's against what the network wants. The network wants the games. The network wants them to continue to play. So Stephen A is gonna speak up for the company. So you know what's going on. It's the bag. So the corporate is the problem. But see, when you don't name them and you don't call them out and say it's just some NBA players who used to play, it ain't the guys that's out there on the court that's out there playing. Them, most of them dudes are in unison with what the situation is, and they're not focusing on that. They focus on the discord that's going on between the players because that's what sells. That's their controversy. They need that. But the players, it's not their responsibility to fix social injustice. Where are the owners? Why aren't the owners engaging in this? Where are they at on the front lines and helping fixing this problem of social injustice in their cities? They're owners. And they got that way by having power and relationships. And I'm quite sure they have relationships and law enforcement. Every owner in the NBA, NFL, NHL, they all have influence in law enforcement. And believe me, if the owner, I don't believe Jerry Reinsdorf getting pulled over for any damn tickets. Okay, Mark Cuban ain't getting pulled over and they giving him a sobriety test. You ain't gonna see that. Now, here's the news. When they tried to speak up for social injustice, they were fining, the league was fining people like Mark Cuban, who was talking about the Trayvon Martin situation. So now they don't want to come out and say anything because they're afraid of not the fine. It's them painting them in a narrative of a bad light in media because it messes up their other business relationships. Those relationships matter to these people. They're already rich. They're already billionaires. They already got money coming in. They have other relationships that they don't want egg on their face. They don't want other people to look at them when their reputation is being dragged through the mud. Because that's what they care about the most. But once again, we dealing with the situation and dealing with the problem. Two different things. They give you a distraction so everybody could talk about what the players ain't doing and this and that. Meanwhile, all these things go unsolved. The Breonna Taylor situation. All these other things fall by the wayside. Hmm? Why does that keep happening? We've been in this game too long. We've been doing this for far too long. And that's what I'm saying. We've been in this too long as people to keep allowing the same situation and same scenario to keep happening over and over and over again, and people marching down the streets with megaphones. If people have not assembled right now to get together, the right people start getting together to start having people removed, action has to come. Laws have to be put in place to protect the innocent and the minorities. Because it's getting out of hand, it's been out of hand, and the wrong people are in charge. When they can identify with the pain and the suffering that has happened with everybody else, then they can start making different plans and plots to move into different situations. Other than that, they're just talking. And we've heard a lot of that. We need action. And this was way back when George Floyd's situation happened. I'm like, look, we got to talk action. Yes, it's all steps, but look, we got to make a step. And all this division is not going to get it done. They want you to stay divided so that you can get distracted. Something else happens, then everybody cares again. They want you to start going back to your normal activities and stop caring. Meanwhile, the court trial and all this stuff happens under your nose. But like I've said before, why do you have prisons if all you're going to do is assassinate people? People of color. Then who is the prisons for? Oh, the prison's overpopulated? They seem to keep building more because they have an economic prison system. But now, what's he doing? Population control? Because right now, it's out of hand. It's completely out of hand. And Stephen is right. People going around yelling, "What's the plan? What's the plan?" Because they want to see some action. They need to get around the people and find out what's really going on and say, "Hey, we need to get to some action here." Because the biggest distraction that's happening is the fact that y'all are not even getting money. Nobody's even getting paid. I told you when the first stimulus check came out, what was going to happen with the second one. They're going to drag it out as long as they can. And hopefully businesses are open so they don't have to give you the second stimulus check. People still fighting for unemployment. Trying to go down to the office and get unemployment. These people are barely getting a $300 increase. You were better off if your job was closed down and you was collecting unemployment because they had to pay that out of their insurance premium. So when I tell people to save your money, when this first whole pandemic thing was going on, I said, hey, you're getting some money from the government. Hey, save it. Save it. You getting unemployment? Save it. Because see, the real effects is gonna come in 2021. Y'all keep talking about, oh, throw 2020 away, it's a bad year, it sucks. 2021 is right around the corner. It ain't finna get better. Things are gonna get a lot worse. You have not seen the fallout yet. The fallout is coming. Because the money's dry. So now you got all these actions happening on the streets. People talking about privatizing their own police. They don't even want to pay for the police to be in the schools. They don't even want schools and teachers. They want teachers to teach electronically and stay at home. It's less costly. But now they're not going to get the budget money if the teachers are not in the schools. So now it's like, okay, we need the teachers to be on school on the internet so we can stream it for the kids that ain't there. But we got to have some kids coming in. Got to have that because we need that money from the government, the state. But the state is like, look, we ain't going to have that money either. We broke. Everything's falling apart. Slowly but surely, everything is going to start falling apart and crumbling. Businesses are back opening, but they're suffering. These are the major issues that people need to be worried about. You're economically being left behind. So that's why they don't have all these programs in there. So all the NBA players, when you're talking about, we got to do this, we got to do that, it's a lot of things you got to do in your own house. That's been going on for the beginning of time. And I am a part of that. Meaning that I am a part of this race. I'm a part of this world. I'm a minority. I'm not safe. We're all not safe. I don't care where you live. You're not safe from none of this. You got $1 billion? Because believe me, a couple million ain't going to cut it. We got to wake up and get aware to what the problems is and address it. Because it's going on for far too long and everybody has not made any difference because they all got a I got mine's mentality. And this is how we got to this point. I don't want to preach no more. Don't forget to check out the Patreon. We got some explosive uncut stuff that you guys didn't get to see in the live streams. We wild out. We all just really wild out. So I look forward to sharing that with y'all. Because that podcast, I mean, that whole thing was just crazy. I enjoyed it. But holla at your boy. Don't forget to like the page and subscribe. Love.